Good evening, esteemed guests, friends, and fellow advocates for well-being. Today we gather at a time where progress in technology, sciences, and communication has connected us more than ever. Yet many find themselves feeling isolated, overwhelmed, and unheard. The silent struggles within our minds are often the ones hardest to address. Tonight we break that silence. Our body. Mental health is not a sign of weakness, it's a measure of our humanity. We all experience storms, some are passing showers, while others feel like relentless hurricanes. But hear me clearly, storms don't last forever, and neither do dark days. We live in a culture that applauds success, but often ignores the battles fought behind closed doors. It's time we change that narrative. Seeking help isn't a sign of defeat, it's an act of courage. Asking for support isn't giving up, it's rising up. Let me tell you something, you have greatness within you. Yes, you. No matter how heavy life feels, no matter how long you've been carrying burdens, you have the strength to rise above. You are more resilient than your struggles, more capable than your doubts, and more worthy than your fears would have you believe. But healing is not a solo journey. We need each other. We must create communities where compassion replaces judgment, where listening becomes a form of love, and where kindness is not just an act but a lifestyle. Call to action. So I challenge you, be the voice that says, I'm here for you, be the light that someone else needs in their darkest hour. And if you're the one struggling, reach out, speak up, hold on. Your story isn't over, your best chapters are still being written. Let us rise together, not just as individuals, but as a nation that prioritizes mental health with the same urgency we give to physical well-being. Because when minds heal, futures blossom. As we gather here today, let's take a moment to reflect on something often overlooked but deeply essential, our mental health. In our fast-paced, achievement-driven world, we celebrate career milestones, academic success, and personal triumphs. Yet when it comes to the health of our minds, we sometimes hesitate, avoid the conversation, or even feel ashamed. This hesitation must change. Mental health is not just an individual concern, it is a collective reality that affects families, workplaces, and entire communities. Every one of us, regardless of age, background, or social status, experiences mental and emotional challenges at some point. Acknowledging this doesn't make us weak, it makes us human. Think about it, we wouldn't ignore a physical injury, so why should emotional wounds be any different? Mental health is just as important as physical health, if not more so, because the mind guides everything we do. It shapes how we connect with others, pursue our goals, and respond to life's ups and downs. Addressing mental well-being openly means recognizing that taking care of our minds is a form of self-respect, not self-indulgence. It also means changing how we see each other. Too often, struggles with mental health are dismissed with phrases like just toughen up or get over it, but emotional struggles aren't simply phases or bad moods. They're real, complex, and deserving of understanding and attention. By acknowledging this reality, we create space for meaningful conversations and solutions. Opening up about mental health begins with listening, not just hearing, but truly listening with empathy and without judgment. It means recognizing that vulnerability is a bridge to connection, not a sign of weakness. When we acknowledge mental health as a vital part of our well-being, we normalize seeking help, we reduce stigma, and we build stronger, more compassionate communities. So let us speak up, not just when things are going well, but especially when they aren't. Let us listen to those who struggle and extend understanding, because no one should have to face life's hardest moments alone. Together, we can ensure that mental health is no longer a hidden struggle, but a shared responsibility, a cornerstone of a society that values every individual's well-being. Imagine living in a world where every time someone felt emotionally overwhelmed, they could speak up without fear of judgment. A world where expressing mental struggles was as accepted as discussing a physical illness. Unfortunately, for too many people, this isn't the reality. Mental health challenges remain surrounded by silence, stigma, and misunderstanding. It's time we change that. Silence creates isolation. When people feel they must hide their struggles, they become trapped in a cycle of loneliness and despair. They may believe they are the only ones experiencing such feelings, or that seeking help will label them as weak or broken. But the truth is, mental health struggles are far more common than we realize. Anxiety, depression, and other conditions affect people from all walks of life: friends, family members, colleagues, even those we see smiling every day. Breaking the silence starts with acknowledging that it's okay not to be okay. We must recognize that mental health is not a personal failure, it's a part of the human experience. Talking about our struggles doesn't make us weak, it makes us courageous. It shows strength to admit when we're not at our best and seek the help we need. But creating an environment where people feel safe to open up requires more than individual bravery. It requires a cultural shift. We must challenge outdated beliefs and stereotypes that perpetuate shame and fear. We must educate ourselves and others, replacing myths with facts and compassion. Words like crazy or unstable must be removed from our vocabulary when referring to mental health. Respect starts with the language we use. Breaking the silence also means being present for those around us. Often people battling mental health issues don't ask for help because they fear being dismissed or misunderstood. Sometimes a simple "I'm here for you" or "How are you really doing?" and make an immeasurable difference. Offering a listening ear without judgment can be a lifeline for someone in need. By speaking openly about mental health, we create a ripple effect. When one person shares their story, it encourages others to do the same. Conversations spark change, they build understanding, reduce isolation, and help people see they are not alone. Let us choose to be voices of empathy and advocates for openness. Let us create a world where mental health is discussed with the same urgency and care as physical health. When we break the silence, we break barriers, and in doing so, we open the door to healing and hope for countless lives. Life has a way of testing us. Challenges come without warning, sometimes as setbacks, other times as heart attacks, disappointments, or unexpected storms. Disappointments or unexpected storms. In those moments, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, to believe that the struggle will last forever. But let me remind you of something powerful: no storm lasts forever, and neither do tough times. Challenges are temporary, but the strength within you is enduring. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, it's about facing them with determination. It's about rising after every fall, learning from each setback, and refusing to let obstacles define your future. Life may knock you down, but resilience is what helps you get back up stronger, wiser, and more prepared than before. Think of the toughest times you faced. You've survived struggles you once thought were impossible. You've overcome heartbreak, loss, and failures. In those moments, you discovered something profound: you are more capable than you ever imagined. Resilience isn't about never falling, it's about rising each time you do. Challenges shape us, but they don't have to break us. Adversity reveals strength we didn't know we had. It forces us to dig deeper, to find purpose even in pain, and to build character forged by experience. Every setback is an opportunity to grow, to adapt, and to emerge stronger. Resilience doesn't mean you won't feel pain, fear, or doubt. It means you won't be controlled by them. It's the voice inside that whispers, "Keep going even when the road ahead seems uncertain." It's the determination that pushes you forward when everything in you wants to quit. It's choosing to believe in a better future, even when today feels unbearable. Building resilience starts with how you respond to life's challenges. Will you let them define you, or will you use them to refine you? Will you be consumed by what went wrong, or will you focus on what you can make right? You can't always control what happens, but you can control how you respond. And in that response lies your power. Remember, resilience is not reserved for a select few, it's within all of us. It's in the single mother working tirelessly for her children, the student pursuing their dreams despite setbacks, the person rebuilding after loss. It's in every individual who chooses hope over despair and action over surrender. Life's challenges are temporary. They come to pass, not to stay. Your strength, your courage, your resilience, those are permanent. When the storms of life rage, remind yourself you faced hard times before, and you rose. You will rise again. You are far stronger than any challenge that comes your way. Keep believing, keep fighting, and never forget you are built to overcome. I, in a world that often celebrates self-reliance and independence, many of us have been tasked and taught that asking for help is a sign of weakness. We're told that strength means handling everything on our own, pushing through pain in silence, and never showing vulnerability. But what if true strength isn't about going it alone? What if real courage lies in admitting when we need support? Seeking help is one of the most powerful acts of strength a person can demonstrate. It means recognizing that no one has all the answers, and that life's challenges are sometimes too big to face alone. It takes courage to say, I'm struggling, or I can't do this by myself. That's not giving up, that's stepping up. I think about it, when someone is physically hurt, they don't hesitate to seek medical care. Why should emotional struggles be any different? Asking for help is not a sign of failure. It's an acknowledgement that you value yourself enough to pursue healing and growth. It's a declaration that your well-being matters. Reaching out for support doesn't diminish your worth, it enhances it. It shows that you're willing to invest in your future, that you believe in the possibility of change, and that you trust others to walk with you through difficult times. There's strength in admitting that you don't have to face everything alone. Sometimes we hesitate to seek help because we fear being judged or misunderstood. We worry about what others will think or how they might perceive us. But consider this: the people who truly care about you will admire your bravery. They will respect you more for being honest about your struggles than for pretending everything is fine. Asking for help also opens the door for connection. It allows others to show up for you, to offer guidance, comfort, and understanding. It creates a space for shared humanity, where vulnerability becomes a bridge rather than a barrier. True strength isn't about enduring life's hardships in isolation. It's about recognizing when you need a helping hand and having the courage to reach for it. It's about being brave enough to face your challenges head-on with the support of those who care about you. So let's redefine what it means to be strong. Strength is not measured by how much you can endure alone, but by your willingness to take action for your well-being. It's found in asking for what you need, in being open to support, and in believing that you are worthy of help. Seeking assistance is not a sign of weakness. It's one of the most empowering decisions you can make. You are not less because you struggle, you are more because you choose to rise. Each of us carries something extraordinary within, a unique potential, a spark of greatness waiting to be realized. Yet too often we let life's challenges, failures, and the opinions of others dim that light. We begin to doubt ourselves, believing that we're defined by our past mistakes or limited by our circumstances. But hear this clearly: you are far more powerful than your struggles. You possess an inner strength that no setback, no hardship, and no criticism can take away. Life has a way of testing our belief in ourselves. We encounter obstacles that seem insurmountable, situations that make us question our abilities, and failures that shake our confidence. But adversity doesn't diminish your worth, it reveals your potential. Every difficulty you face is an opportunity to rise, to learn, and to grow. Your value isn't determined by external achievements, titles, or the approval of others. It comes from within, from your character, your resilience, and your capacity to overcome. You are worthy simply because you exist. You have talents, gifts, and a purpose that no one else can fulfill. Even when you can't see it, your potential is still there, waiting for you to tap into it. Believing in your own worth doesn't mean thinking you're better than others. It means recognizing that you are deserving of happiness, success, and love. It means understanding that you are capable of making meaningful contributions to the world, regardless of where you've been or what you faced. When you embrace your self-worth, you stop settling for less than you deserve. You stop listening to the voices that say you can't or you're not good enough. You start setting higher standards for your life because you know that you are meant for more. You begin to take risks, pursue dreams, and push past fear, not because you're guaranteed success, but because you believe in your potential to grow through every experience. The world will try to define you by your limitations, your failures, or even by labels others place on you. But none of those things define your true worth. You are more than your worst day, more than your hardest struggle, and more than any opinion cast upon you. It's time to see yourself as the capable, resilient, and powerful individual you truly are. You have the strength to rise from setbacks, the wisdom to learn from mistakes, and the courage to keep moving forward. You are capable of achieving more than you've ever imagined, not because life will be easy, but because you are built to persevere, adapt, and thrive. So stand tall in your worth, believe in your potential, even when life tries to convince you otherwise. The greatness within you is real, unshakable, and always ready to shine if only you dare to believe in it. Imagine living in a world where people genuinely care for one another, a world where struggles aren't met with judgment, but with compassion. Where asking for help isn't seen as a burden, but as an opportunity to show kindness. This is the power of a supportive community, and its impact on mental health and overall well-being cannot be overstated. Supportive communities are built on the foundation of empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Empathy means stepping into someone else's shoes, not to fix their problems, but to acknowledge their experience. It's saying, I may not know exactly how you feel, but I'm here with you. This simple act can create a profound sense of connection, reminding people that they are not alone in their struggles. Understanding is another cornerstone of a strong community. It goes beyond sympathy. It's about making a sincere effort to learn about others' experiences without assuming or dismissing their feelings. Understanding requires listening, not just hearing words, but truly being present, attentive, and open-minded. When people feel understood, they feel seen and valued, and that can be a lifeline during tough times. Kindness is the glue that holds supportive communities together. It doesn't have to be grand gestures sometimes. It's as simple as a warm smile, a kind word, or an offer of help. Kindness creates a ripple effect. One small act can inspire many more, creating a culture of care and compassion. It reminds us that even in a world filled with challenges, we have the power to make life a little easier for someone else. In supportive communities, no one has to face life's hardships alone. There is strength in togetherness, in knowing that there are people who will stand by you through your darkest moments. It's about offering a helping hand, being a shoulder to lean on, and creating a space where it's safe to be vulnerable. Supportive environments also encourage openness. When people feel accepted and respected, they are more likely to share their feelings, seek help, and work toward healing. They know they won't be met with shame or criticism, but with understanding and support. This sense of belonging can transform lives, turning isolation into connection and despair into hope.